Hello guys, welcome to the video. My name is Draxer and this is a brand new channel for Whiteout Survival. I'm going to be making a free-to-play account here on server 2200, and I'm just going to be giving you guys a guide and walkthrough on how you can start your account in the best way possible and get yourself in a position where you'll be able to thrive in your state. So I'm just going to do a voiceover for this gameplay here. I started this character just a few hours ago and found a pretty good state that I kind of liked a bit. I kind of just boosted up here in the beginning. If you're just starting out, when your first levels, just go through the missions there on the bottom left and just keep clicking that and build up your furnace here in the middle. That's the main priority when you're starting out here. Here we're getting a few other survivals here, just upgrading my buildings here, getting the furnace up, just going through the tutorial. When you're starting out as free-to-play, you want to just take it easy and take it a bit slow in the beginning, especially in the first few days. You're not going to be boosting up a ton, but for me personally, on the first day, I like to boost up a bit, just so I can get myself in one of the top alliances. It's very crucial to get into a top alliance in this game. It's going to be extremely beneficial, especially if you're a free-to-play player like myself. I have done pay-to-play characters before in the past on different states. For example, 1716, my original account was state 69. Yeah, kind of funny, but that was my original state. A while back I played for a couple months and then took a break for a while and came back onto state 1716 where I played for a bit, and then my alliance kind of wasn't aligning with my time zone, so decided to create a new character and to show you guys how to get your account started in most optimal way possible. Well, maybe not the most, but to show you guys how I like to do it. I have been a top 100 player and I stay as a top 100 player in the rankings as a free-to-play player. I do this by usually just getting myself into the top alliance and taking control of the state, basically. If I'm free-to-play, I like to get in with big whales who can just give me a bunch of gifts and that'll help with boost and energy and things like that. Here I'm just getting onto the expedition. You'll start this on Furnace 4. You'll get yourself your first character as well, your first hero. As a free-to-play in the beginning, you're not going to have a lot of heroes. But you will get all the free-to-play ones within like the first few days. You'll start out with Sergi here, and then getting that, and then you'll use those to go through the expedition. In the beginning, expedition is probably the most important way you can gain power through the heroes. That's what mainly is going to be your power source, and that's also very important to gain energy and steel for researches here, which at the end of the video I do reach Furnace 9 on the first day, which is what my goal was, and then I'm building on to Furnace 10 as we are going into day 2. I started this account literally just 4 hours or like 3 hours before the reset, so I didn't have a lot of time. I did spend some gems in the beginning, which I would not recommend personally. Those are, unless you're getting VIP, which is what I did. But it is good to save up for the lucky draws later on. But my game plan is when I'm going free to play, I like to boost up, and you'll see here soon I'm going to buy the VIP 2 once I build up a bit here. That way you can open up the VIP shop, and I like to buy the wood and the meat resources. I do buy a bit of the coal and the iron as well, although most people don't really recommend it. It's not really needed unless you're trying to boost up a bit. I mean, most people like to take it slow and save up for a Hall of Chief event. And also, as you can see here, we do have a whale there. We're starting at rank 2557. So we do take a bit of a late start here, and then I'm going to open up my keys here. When you're joined, I do get Patrick here, which is pretty nice. Really good defensive hero. I open up the 10, I get nothing good here. I was hoping for at least another hero, but you know, sometimes your luck's just not good when starting out on a new state. That's all right. It's not that you're going to get a ton of keys, so you don't really need to buy anything. You can thrive perfectly well as a free-to-play in this game. You just have to be okay with not being the number one player or the very strongest whale in your state, you know, but you can still be a bit of a whale in your own ways after you grind for a bit. I know back when my old states, one of my free-to-plays in my old states, I continuously stayed in the top 50 of the ranks and was pretty much a free-to-play whale in that state, you know. It does help being in the top alliances, which is what I aim for on day one, is to just boost up and then get myself into the top alliance. Obviously, rankings change in alliances in the first days. It's not very stable. But we do have a pretty big whale in this server. I jump in and I see a guy already at 4 million power at Furnace 22. So he's, you can tell he spent quite a bit. So that is my goal right now. I'm like looking at the leaderboards and seeing I want to get into that alliance just so I can basically leech off of them, get their gifts. It is extremely beneficial because you'll be getting hundreds of gifts every day. And especially if you have whales in there, you're going to be getting hours and hours, days worth of speed ups compared to lower ranking alliances in your state. So that's why I do try and in this free-to-play character, I'm going to stick to staying in the top alliance. In the past, I haven't always done that, but I usually do end up in the top alliance eventually. It's also good for state versus state later down the line. I mean, it's just good to be in a strong alliance that can protect you and have your back, and they're usually the most active as well, so it's a bit more fun too. I will say though that you're going to have to be extremely active if you're free to play and you are in like the number rank 1 alliance. It does take a lot of time and effort, but the game's fun. If you do have some free time, I'd say it's well worth it. We're continuing here on the main missions, just open up some keys, just getting through my expeditions, upgrading my buildings and just getting through the missions here. There, I'm looking through my inventory. Not going to have much in the beginning. Still not Furnace 7. You unlock alliances at Furnace 7. I mean, that's always... Most people will just boost up to Furnace 7 right away. I mean, pretty much everyone does. If you follow the main mission, it'll take you there eventually, but most will just skip the main mission and go straight to Furnace 7. But here I just take my time with it, get through. Going through up to 20 here. And getting some buildings done as well. But here we get Chloris. Use her a bit. Yeah, we were a bit unlucky in the beginning, only getting 4 heroes to start with for Expedition, but it honestly doesn't matter. You're going to get them all anyway. Here we get up to Furnace 7. Now we've unlocked alliances. And there is our Expedition tower right there. Not Expedition, sorry. We're gonna have, well, technically it's Exploration, I guess. But Intel missions. But those are really important as well. Those are gonna give you a lot of hero shards. And they'll be able to give you a lot of resources as well. So it's always important to do those every single time you log in and use all your energy for those before you do rallies and whatnot. Here I'm just looking through our alliance, or their alliance, and checking it out, seeing if I can get in there. I do end up joining a different alliance here just because I need the helps just to boost up my stuff, and I can't get into the top one because they're full. We did start a bit behind in this server, so I'm having to catch up. Starting down in like low 2000s of the rank. Finally, we're unlocking troops. We get infantry here. So that's nice. just basically boosting up as fast as I can. It is possible for free-to-play to be a very strong player. It just takes dedication and it's a little bit of strategy as well. You don't want to waste everything. After day 1, I usually start to save up for all of Chiefs right away. But as a free-to-play, it is a bit difficult getting the top prizes. I mean, you're definitely not going to get Geronimo. There's no way. And that is, I mean, I'd say one of the best heroes in the game, or the best. Not the best, but in the beginning it is. But definitely not aiming for that. On this account, I'm probably going to be aiming for around top 50 to 100 on Hall of Chief as a free-to-play. We'll see how this state goes and how many whales there are. But I'll definitely get top 100 for sure. I don't like to do any of my researches except for getting like my extra March queues and whatnot. I don't do any of the resource upgrade. I do a few of those actually in the beginning just because they don't give a lot of power, but I save all the military for Hall of Chiefs, and I'd recommend that as well because you're going to get so much extra speed boost and resources from that ranking. But here I joined Winter Snow, just a starting alliance. There you can get the helps. It's really useful. Help boost up your buildings. Let's get in my other shelters to get more survivors. Get the workers to work in the factories. Get us supplies. Also, I will say, I forgot to do this yet, but in the cookhouse, you do want to feed them the most expensive food. It's going to make them work longer and help you gain more resources. It is the most efficient. Don't worry about the loss of meat. It's honestly not even going to matter at all, even in the beginning. So just go ahead and lock that on. I'll probably show that on the day 2 video that I'll make here on day 2 once I play. Then we'll be getting, well, I do get Molly here later, but we'll be getting the extra Molly shards and we'll probably boost up Expedition a bit more. Here we're just finishing Expedition so we can complete our main mission. On 20. As you can see, Expeditions give a lot of shards and keys and whatnot. So it is pretty nice in the beginning. Here's some guy in the Alliance asked me if I can join the Discord. He ended up being a scammer here. I guess the leader didn't even know. I wasn't going to join anyway. I'm not planning on staying on this Alliance, but just doing more upgrades here. Opening some chests. I do get pretty unlucky with the keys, but I mean, that's pretty normal on most characters that you make. There, I send out my troops to the level 1 beasts just to complete that main mission part. And you see I'm running out of resources here, but I already did get the VIP too. Did I buy the resources yet? I don't know if I bought the resources yet. Don't think I did. Here I messaged a leader asking to join. Be a shadow warrior, whatever. Blah blah blah. Yeah, this guy doesn't even respond to me, I'm pretty sure, but there I'm like just actively trying to get in there, and that is why I do like to boost my power up quite a bit in the beginning, just so it's a bit easier to get in. There, I just got to finish my infantry camp until I upgrade to Furnace 8. Usually on the first day you can go up to Furnace 9. You will have to burn some resources a bit, or some speeds, but I don't really mind at this point. I'll be getting a lot later on. I just needed that initial boost. Although we are pretty still low here, only at 190,000 power, but upgraded my heroes so we can get more Expedition done. And here we're looking to get onto Furnace 8. And as you can see, we're running out of resources here. I'm pretty sure I'm about to go ahead and get those in the VIP shop. I like to just grab those in the beginning just so I can upgrade a bit more. You get a nice 2 million wood and meat, and then I buy a bit of coal and iron here as well. Just going to allow me to get through 8 and 9 furnace level, and then also upgrading level 8 or level 10 as well. And then while I'm waiting for those, I'll be sending out troops to gather and whatnot. Although I'm pretty sure I did send out my troops to the HQ while I'm recording this. So when I get back on day 2, because I'm pretty sure reset just happened, I'll get on there and see. But it is always important to always be gathering before you log off. Extremely important. Resources are very important to keep safe and be smart about. I will be creating a farm account as well. I don't know if the alliance that I will be in is going to have an academy or farm account or farm alliance, but I'm sure they will. So I'll be making that as well, especially if you're free to play. It's really nice just to have a farm account. You don't have to put a lot of work in it either. It's you just have to get it up a bit to where you can be gathering the daily resources and whatnot from daily missions. And that way, when you need like an extra 100 or 50 million resources, you just attack your farm account. It's just basically spare resources in times of need. There I do get some resources from the missions. The daily missions always give out resources every day. I'm pretty sure I'm going to showcase those here soon. Here I'm just looking through. We did get all the way up to rank 500, so we're growing pretty nicely here. Here we get Eugene. You don't have to level up. You really just have to level up 5 heroes, the main ones that you're going to be using. I'm just upgrading them up here for power. You will be able to reset those later and regain the XP. And you can throw those in the drill camp if needed. So that's probably what I'll do later. But for the beginning, it doesn't matter too much. Here we reach 300,000 and get Lingzhu. I don't really use her ever, to be honest, but nice to get another hero. Here, just upgrading the skills. Most people do recommend to save all your shards and skill books for Hall of Chief, along with a lot of your smaller buildings as well. They'll say just focus on your furnace. Some people will even hold off on their furnace upgrades until Hall of Chief, and literally just wait for everything. But as free to play, I don't have too much hope of ranking super high anyway, so I'll probably take it not too extreme, but a moderate level of saving. I'll probably just focus on 5 heroes for expedition and then save all my other shards. Also, I would not recommend using your other extra shards as well that you do get, like your blue, purple, and gold that you can use for any hero. Just save those for Hall of Chief. You'll be getting so many points from those, especially the gold and purple. I forgot the exact points, but I'm pretty sure it gives like 35,000 per legendary hero shard. So if you save those, you'll definitely rack up millions of points just by saving those. You can do that saving with Molly shards as well. You don't have to spend all those, but Molly is very good for free to play in the beginning just to help with expedition and whatnot. But after day 1 and after I get into the alliance that I want to, I won't do that anymore. But here I'm showcasing all of the rewards. These do grow as the server gets older. Like, you won't just be getting these small amounts every day, but it is important to complete those all the way up every day. It's just the best way to maximize the amount of resources and speeds that you get, along with keys. Most people say to save up your keys as well, and you should do that. In the beginning, I don't, just because in the first Hall of Chief, you don't even really need the keys. Those come in the later Hall of Chiefs a few weeks after. So it's not necessary to do in the beginning. I usually like to just get all my heroes and get myself in a good position before I start saving like a madman, you know. But it's going pretty well here. We upgrade to Furnace 8, get our monument. Here we do get an extra Chloris, which is nice. Use those shards, upgrade her. We are closing in on 400,000 powers, so we're moving up nicely. I think soon here I try and swap alliances. We'll see here soon, but getting up our infirmary, and then we'll get our embassy up as well. We'll start upgrading those and get those up so we can get onto Furnace 9. But yeah, for your side buildings and extra buildings, it's nice to wait those as well for Hall of Chief, like your shelters and whatnot. You can even do it for like your resources, because they're not necessary to upgrade your furnace. But I personally like to have my passive resources coming in early, so I do upgrade those a bit. Some things like Barricade give a ton of power and stuff like that, so if you can upgrade your furnace a lot and then save those other upgrades, you can get a lot of benefits from Hall of Chief as well. Also, other people, you know, still, like I said before, they'll save their furnace level and just stay low. For me, I've had trouble with that in the past, like problems with alliances kicking me out because I'm not growing as fast, and like I'll tell them, you know, I'm waiting for Hall of Chief, and they're like, oh, well, this guy's got, you know, it'll be some dude who's like spending, and then I'm the bottom of the free-to-play, or I don't know what happens, or I'll be offline, and then I'll get kicked for some reason. But usually it's in the first few days. You don't have like a super close connection with your alliance mates, unless you're going in with a group of people into a state, which some people do. There I did get Molly shards, and I got Molly, upgraded her up. So now we're up to 490. Pretty big boost, boosting up quite a bit. Here I'm just upgrading my embassy, trying to get up to Furnace 9. And then I'm pretty sure here I'm going to try and swap over to the Shadow Alliance. The leader never messages me back, but that's okay. I decided to go text R4. So I text Nemesis here. Can I join? If I were you guys, I would do it too. Just be adamant about joining and then just get into the top 1. It's just better. Top 3 or 5 at least, if you want to be active and strong player. So that's what I'm trying here. And they did have a requirement of 500,000, so I finally reached that. I get my rewards from the event, and I'll finally be able to apply there. So it looks like they did a reply. They say, okay. I said, let me leave this one. I go ahead and leave Winter Snow. And again, like, rankings do change. So, I mean, it's possible I won't be staying, but I do like the Shadow name. I had tried in the past, actually, to create my own alliance. I did have the name Shadow at one point, so I thought that was kind of coincidental and thought that was cool. So have a bit of faith. Also, when I joined in, they are very talkative and knowledgeable. Seems like they have a lot of experience, so I'll probably stay with them for now. But we'll see as changes come, because as I'm recording this, it's still literally the first day, because I did start a few hours before reset. So the state opened at the end of day 1. It was a bit of a late start, but I do like that just because I can get Molly up fast and then get the day 2 events open, so I don't have to wait as long. There, they let me in, and now I'm in the top alliance, and you'll see here soon, I start racking up some chests already, and you'll start seeing the benefits already. In the Winter Snow, not a single person was spending, but here you'll see I start getting alliance gifts, and that just shows that getting in the top alliance does make a big difference. Here I'm looking on the map, making sure that our alliance is not noobs and that we have a good position. We're right near a stronghold. Seems like a decent spot for now. We'll see what they end up doing later, but in the beginning, as long as we have a decent area with good resources, that's another thing. If you're in an alliance where they have a bad location on the map, you're going to struggle with resources a lot. I've been in alliances where I struggled to even get level 5 resources on the map, and I mean, they're having to send out for level 4, even like a week into the state, you know. It's just, you want to be in a place where you can get level 6 and level 5 resources easily on the map, so you don't have to be online every 2 seconds to send your heroes out to gather. So it looks like my alliance got a pretty good spot. I'm okay with it, but we'll see what happens. Here I'm getting through my expeditions, going for 100 here. Once I get to 100, it starts to get a bit harder, especially if you're free to play. Don't have as strong as a hero team yet, but that's normal. And then for today's video, my goal was to reach top 100 in the rankings, just to show free to play can get up there in the rankings fast and boost up a bit and hold their own in this game. But I do like to just throw myself up on the leaderboards just to get myself a good position. So I do end up achieving that at the end of the video, and you'll see here in just a few minutes where I end up on the rankings. I'm getting up there pretty fast, so I'd say this is about 6 hours into the opening of the state. I joined about 4 hours after it opened, so I did was a bit behind in the start, but it's pretty easy to catch up, as you can see. It just takes a bit of work. And yeah, I'll probably be trying to stay in top 100 if I can on this account. We'll just see how it goes. It depends on the state usually. Some have massive amounts of whales in them, some don't. But generally you can stay in the top if you're active and participate in all the events. I will say events are extremely important in this game. You're going to be wanting to participate in pretty much every event if you can. Otherwise you will start seeing yourself fall behind a bit. Most of those come out later on after the state starts, so I'll be showing those to you guys and explaining the best way to go about them, along with some of the alliance events as well. I'll show you those too. Pretty much everything in the game, and just to give you guys a grasp of how to go about it as well, and just how I do it as well. But yeah, we're getting through our final expeditions here, almost at 100. After these, I should be getting out of here. It does take a bit of time, but you can just put it on auto and just set it down for a bit, which makes it a bit easier. You can just AFK it. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about this account. You know, free to play is extremely fun for me. I've done it before. For me, it's more fun than pay to play. It's a bit more gratifying to me, I guess. Gives me a more sense of accomplishment, I guess, maybe, like once I get later down. So should be a fun journey, and yeah, I'll be posting videos on this every day, daily. Just gonna do it a daily thing. And there we finally get upgraded on the furnace. Open up a few more keys. I will be boosting up my furnace to level 9 using speeds, and I think I may use a few gems, but after that I'm done spending gems. I won't be spending any more. There I use a few skill books. Yep, use my 2 hours, or well, I'm about to. There we reach 124, so we're finally breaching top 100 here after almost 600,000 power. Here we just cross over, do a couple more expeditions. But then I realize I'm probably not gonna be able to go super far without upgrading my heroes a bunch more. And they're currently capped at level 20 until I pass furnace level 10, so got a bit of upgrading to do before I can get those guys up more. And I'm also going to be start saving shards as well. I don't know the power requirements my alliance is going to have, but it seems like some of the leaders are saving for Hall of Chief as well, so probably going to join in with them and save up. But I should be reaching around 1 million power in the day 2 video, if not a bit more. Here I will get some of my researches done. I will go down and unlock my second March queue, which is pretty important. It is pretty annoying having only one March queue, especially if you're trying to do your intel missions pretty fast and whatnot. But here I'm just boosting up, just getting my missions done. And then here they want me to unlock my second March queue, so I'll go ahead and unlock that. And yeah, as you can see in the top right corner, I do already have 3,000 more gems, so I have spent probably around 6,000 to 7,000 gems so far. I could be around 10,000 right now, but I'm really not too worried about it. By the time the lucky draw comes around for Flint, which is the hero that I'm waiting for, I'll probably have 200,000 plus easily in gems. So and it takes 160,000 to complete the wheel, so I'll be able to complete that. And here I am, just yeah, the storage gives you some nice energy boost, which are nice to help with intel missions and during days where you have to do rallies and whatnot. As you can see on the calendar there, Gina event is incoming. Along with Gina, we'll get bear hunts or bear traps and whatnot, which will provide a lot of resources, which is probably the most important way for free-to-play to get resources in the beginning, is participating in bear traps. And as you see, we're actually talking about it in the chat right there as I'm talking about this. And yeah, they're like, when I said bear trap starts with Gina event, meaning it opens up on day 3, and they're gonna disagree with me, but it's because they don't know Gina starts on day 3. Or maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure, to be honest. But yeah, as you can see, already collecting gifts there, already gaining benefits from joining the top alliance. I've already gotten benefits from what I've boosted, so I'll gain back what I used and more from getting in this alliance and staying here. I can already tell that it's going to be a strong alliance. They've got a lot of players who know what they're doing, and quite a few spenders as well. So, and usually a lot of the mini whales will flock to the biggest whale. So it's always nice to be able to get in there yourself. And it's also nice I am in an English alliance this time. Before I was in it was a Filipino alliance, which there was nothing wrong with that. It's just that, and I love those guys, man. I had a great time with them over in 17, 16, and 69. But yeah, I played with those guys, but just the timing for their events was a bit off for my time zone, since I am in North America. But yeah, looks like we are getting up to the end of the video here. If you did reach up to this point of the video, I appreciate you guys for sticking around. I'd really appreciate it if you want to stick around for the rest of the series. Drop a sub down below. I'd appreciate it a lot. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Day 2 should have not the most eventful day, but day 3 should be a bit more fun. But yeah, thanks guys, and catch you all in the next one.